Hi there. It's been a little while since I've made a video, but tonight's homework was causing a few kids some difficulty, so I thought that I would put out a little tutorial. Tonight, kids are going to be adding and subtracting fractions, but in order to do that, they do need to understand how mixed numbers and improper fractions interact. A mixed number is a number that has a whole as well as a fraction. And an improper fraction is something where the numerator, the top of the fraction that tells you how many pieces you have, is bigger than the denominator, which tells you how many pieces it takes to make a whole. If I was going to draw this, I would say I have 1, 2, 3, 4 candy bars that each have 5 pieces, so 5/5 in each of these, and then one that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 2 of the pieces. This one is kind of similar. I might have a candy bar or a pizza. It takes 4 pieces to make a whole candy bar, but I have 13 total pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will take me up to 12 pieces. And then finally, I have one more. So I'll have 4/4 plus another 4/4 is 8/4, plus another 4/4 is 12/4, plus another is 13/4. Now, what you guys might notice once you start drawing the pictures is that they all have holes in them, but the difference is this tells me the total holes and just the leftover fraction, whereas this doesn't tell me any holes, it just tells me how many total pieces I have. Because they're basically two different ways of saying similar things, you can change from one to the other. So, in order to do that, let's say that you started with an improper fraction, 13/4. How would you find out that it means the same thing as 1, 2, 3 wholes and 1/4? Essentially, what I've showed the kids is that a fraction is basically a division symbol. That number that's on the front is the numerator. That number that's on the back is just the denominator. So, in order to figure out the mixed number, kids are going to divide. And although a lot of kids can do this mentally, it might be worthwhile to do this with long division, just so you can say 4 fits into that 13 3 times. There's our whole. Once I multiply it, I'm using up 12 of the pieces. 4, 8, 12 pieces. I'll have 1 piece left over. That piece right there. That remainder 1 is my numerator. And then my divisor was the denominator. So that's how you go from here to there. Now, on the other hand, what if you had your 4 2/5 and wanted to say, wait a second, I have 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22 pieces. How do I go from saying 4 2/5 to saying 22/5? The main way of doing it is by saying I have 4 wholes. Each of them have 5/5 inside. So you take the denominator times the whole. And we use this little arrow and multiplication sign just to remind us to do that. So we're doing the denominator times the whole. And then, once we know that that's 20, because up here we had 5, 10, 15, 20 pieces, then we're going to take those and add on the 2 pieces that we started with. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22, and our denominator stays fifths. That is the basic way that we interact between mixed numbers and improper fractions. So the next video I'm going to do will tell us what does that have to do with adding and subtracting.